Welcome back to Weekend Hour. My name is Gaurav. नाम तो सुना होगा. Now this is my favorite part of the show because this is where you and I sit and have a great meal together and look at the view behind me. Well, this is not the only reason I'm here, but this is definitely one of the reasons I'm here. This restaurant has a fantastic view of Dubai. No matter which end you're sitting on the terrace, you've got some fantastic views to cherish, and this place also has some great food to offer. Now this is a Brazilian churrascaria. So why don't you take a look at the view and then see me inside.
Welcome to Fogueira restaurant in Delta Hotels by Marriott, JBR. Here in Fogueira, we're offering Brazilian churrasco. What is Brazilian cuisines? I would say it's a very unique concept. Actually, it was generated somewhere between Europe and Africa, which was brought to Brazil. And it comes from the south part of Brazil, which was done by gauchos, which is Brazilian South cowboys. They used to cut big chunk of meat into skewers, into cuts, but it was done by men. On the other hand, the ladies used to prepare the side dishes. This is what it was till date. It exists in Brazil. This is what we want to represent over here.
So at Fogueira, they have a la carte offering as well. Here's the menu. I've taken a look at it. But when you're at a churrascaria, you have to have the churrasco meal. So I am actually not ordering anything from this menu. I'm going to see what they serve me. And the beauty of it is, the beauty of coming to a churrascaria is that you don't have to worry about what to order. We just keep bringing stuff to you. So bring it on.
For Gaurav today, we have our appetizer platter. It's basically consisted of coxinha. Coxinha is a very traditional Brazilian chicken croquette. It's deep fried, all right? And then we have chicken and cheese inside. We also have the fried polenta and the cheese bread. Cheese bread, we call it pão de queijo, all right? So it's baked and with Parmesan cheese, cream cheese inside. So Brazilians love it, and also our guests over here. I hope Gaurav likes it.
Now this seems like a lot for one single person who's eating, but the thing is that you never go to a churrascaria alone. This is where you go with family and friends, and this is the time when you really want to eat. This is the time when you don't think of quantities. This is the time when you're just having fun. So you might think this is a lot that I've ordered, but this is how it's served. So they've got 3 different salads, and they've got this really good looking platter of some things that we eat only on cheat days. But here's what we have. So now this is the coxinha. Now this is actually a Brazilian croquette, right? So they do it either with shredded chicken or diced chicken. I don't know what's inside, I'm gonna find out. Now these are polenta fries. And what I find really interesting here is this cheese bread.
This coxinha is very authentic. It's straight from Brazil.
It's just amazing.
So here it is. Oh my God, this looks great. Ready for my first bite. No matter what kind of diet you are on, the first bite into this and you realize why you love food so much. This is beautiful.
For Gaurav, we're gonna be serving the traditional picanha, which is basically the rump cap or sirloin top, as you wanna call it. Okay, that's the most famous cut in Brazil.
Now that looks beautiful. Thank you very much.
Picanha here is just amazing.
Picanha is very juicy and so perfect.
So here's the thing, when you go to a Brazilian churrascaria, picanha is one of the favorite most cuts because this is very, very typically Brazilian. In the American style of doing the cuts, they won't really do this. They get the fat off. And the beauty of this is, if you're a beef lover like me, I would like it because what happens is when this is being cooked, fat on top actually keeps it flavorful and juicy all through. there's a flip side to it as well, that it doesn't have a lot of fat inside. So if it's not cooked properly, it will become tough. And like they say, the proof of the pudding is in tasting it. So here we go.
The best part of the picanha is the roxy salt. Okay, we season with it and it brings its particular flavor out. It's amazing.
So this is for meat lovers, because this is where you really taste the meat just with rock salt. Pure test of cooking. So if it's not being done well, you'll never like it. And if it's done well, you won't have anything else. So good. Okay, this looks nice and juicy, and look at this, a thin cut. Here we go. Thank you very much.
The flap is so well marbled, it's right on point.
The flap is very delicious here. I recommend this restaurant.
Particularly, I like the marination in the flap and it's very tasty.
So this is not supposed to be tender, but it's supposed to be flavorsome because it's well marbled and there's so much juice in it. And what the garlic marination is doing is just doubling up the flavor. This is really good. Thank you very much. This has been one of my favorite things. Always, I'm that pineapple loving guy. I add pineapple to my pizza as well. Yeah. Now this you can have as a palate cleanser in between to get the taste buds moving once again, but I am such a sucker for pineapple. And look at how beautiful this is. The sugar is caramelized, the pineapple is tender, and there's cinnamon. This is the combination made in heaven. Here's another interesting thing that you should know, that, since different cuts of meat are being served by different people at the same time, how do these guys figure out who wants more and who doesn't? Well, there's a technique that's used. Here's a coaster. Green means give me more. If you make it red, it means give me a break. And guess what's showing on my table? It's green. It means give me more. Here they are. Thank you very much. Oh, this looks great.
The lamb chops, cooked to the perfection, is just brilliant.
It's so melty in your mouth and I love it.
Sometimes you realize that the best things in life are the simplest, just like this chop. Basic marination of mint, yogurt, salt. That's it.
For desserts, we're gonna serve the two traditional Brazilian sweets, okay, the brigadeiro and the beijinho. They're both sweet condensed milk based. Okay, the brigadeiro has chocolate and the beijinho has coconut. Also, we have the pudim, okay, that's basically the sweet condensed milk pudding, all right, and the quindim, which is a coconut cake. Last but not least, we have the churros, which is a deep fried dough, okay, topped up with dulce de leche.
So this again is a lot to have for one person, but I told you, nobody comes here alone. And I can also tell you one thing. There's nobody who says I've had so much food that I can't have desserts. I'm starting with churros. And this is something everybody has to do at some point or the other. I didn't do it even once during my meal, but you've got to do it because they won't let you go if you don't do it. And that is... So I may be done with my meal here, but the truth is that you can never be done with this beautiful view that the terrace of Fogueira offers. Sometimes I can just come here for the view. Time for me to take your leave, but till I see you next week, you've got to remember only one thing. No sawal, no doubt, sabka solution, weekend out.